It's July 2019 and a group of gamers are online playing a game called Perfect World. By the player's own admission, the game's chat is super toxic. People are ridiculously nasty and crude to each other with little to no consequences. It's like a troll's paradise. One player, though, his screen name was Menhaz, was the troll of all troll. He absolutely took the cake and was constantly being temporarily banned for nasty language and profound racism. One day, Menhaz posts this: "Gonna kill my parents and go to jail, yo." He follows it up with a picture of a dead woman with a knife next to her, neck slashed and blood all over the floor. But Menhaz posted it, so absolutely nobody believed him and they kept on playing the game. Until about an hour later when Menhaz posts another picture. This time it's a separate woman laying on the ground, throat slashed, blood all over the place, and it appears that the woman in the first picture is laying next to the woman in the second picture. After the picture, he posts this: "Murdered my granny and my mom, and I'm about to kill my dad and sister." At this point, people start getting really uncomfortable. A few of the players decide to do a reverse image search on Google and Yandex. Both come back, no results found. It starts to soak in that these pictures are real. No one knew what to do. All they know about this guy is his screen name. Some people try to call the local police, but they're like, "You don't even know what country this man lives in. Like, sorry, we cannot help." Others are looking through old chat conversations they had had with Menhaz. This is where they get their first clue. They learn he's Canadian. At the same time, one of the moderators is able to get his IP address. It takes them to a business called Rogers, which is an internet provider in Toronto, Canada. They now know where Menhaz lives. So as the group is focused in on finding him, Menhaz posts this: "My sister just came home." Menhaz then logs off and the group freaks out. They are absolutely panicked until he logs back on. And their world is shattered when he posts this: "It was a tough battle. She's a trooper," followed by a picture of his deceased sister. And it can't get worse, he then says, "My dad'll be home soon," and then starts playing the game like he didn't just murder 3 of his family members. Junior Rojas from Costa Rica is Menhaz's best friend in the game. So at one point, Rojas says to him, "Why are you doing this?" And Menhaz says, "I'm doing it because I don't want my dad to suffer with the fact that he raised a son that could do this." An hour later, Menhaz sends a picture of his deceased father. He has now killed his entire family. At this point, Toronto PD steps in and is able to get the home address of Menhaz from the internet provider. On July 28, 2019, at 3:30 p.m., police are dispatched to a home just north of Toronto. Menhaz told police that he murdered his family because, 1, he no longer wanted to be a practicing Muslim, and 2, he had told his family that he was in school for engineering. Every single day for the last 3 years, he had spent 4 days a week at the mall instead of in class where they thought he was. He was supposed to graduate from college on July 28th. He had run out of time and was ashamed of what he had done. And for the record, police learned that his father was okay with him not practicing the Muslim faith. He just wanted his son to be happy, and instead his son killed the entire family. Here's another picture of the family. That's grandma, mom, dad, and his stunningly beautiful sister. Then 23-year-old Menhaz Zaman was sentenced to 40 years in prison. He'll be eligible for parole when he is 64 years old.